Mr. Zeller, I've got a hand that's going to help me out here with holding the camera. There we go. So we just took this steering wheel off the steering column. I'm not going to put it on there permanent. I'm just going to leave it on there. So put it on there real quick and dirty like. Maybe. Okay. So this is your throttle rod. And it should have a piece of wire sticking out the end that goes to, this is for your horn. If you have a horn button, this is for your horn. So this is your throttle rod. This goes down through the center of your, I'm gonna cut this wire off. I'll cut this wire off so I can put the rod down through the center. It goes down through the center of your steering column. Wait a second, I'll have that cut off. This wire's no good anyway on this particular steering column, so in the interest of time and making you a video, I'm cutting that off. All right, so this slides in here. Now it's missing the trim rings and stuff like that. This slides in and you're down through the center of your steering column. You can see that it comes out down here. I'm going to move the part that comes through. And the part that comes through has, where'd the arms go? Okay, has an arm on it that clamps on, and that's what your steering, or that's what your throttle cable or rods hook to. They hook to this. All right, and this guy goes up inside of this little piece that we affectionately call it a clothespin. And this piece, you can tighten this piece right here. There's a flat nut on the back side. You can tighten that and get more friction. In other words, make it harder to move the throttle either direction. This piece, you see this little tit on your steering column? Not these tits. This tit right here on your steering column, that's what holds this from turning. And then this goes on, and goes up snug inside this friction device. And your rod comes through and clamps off. Okay, so what's going on is when you turn your steering wheel, this piece of pipe down through the center of your steering column, this is just a beauty ring. This doesn't really do anything. Under here is another pipe, and it's another pipe. It's tapered for your steering wheel, and this is the pipe that your throttle rod goes through. Okay, and so what's happening is either this is catching on the wheel, or this is rusted, and the inside of your pipe is rusted. And so when you turn the wheel, that pipe turns, and then this perhaps wants to go with it. Or it could be happening right up here at the steering wheel as well. So what we would suggest is we use a gun cleaning kit, and we clean all the rust out of the inside of this pipe in here, and we clean all the rust off of this thing if there's any rust on it. And then we slather it up with some grease, and we put it back together. And that should solve your problem of the throttle wanting to change position when you're moving your steering wheel. So we use a gun cleaning kit, clean out the inside of the pipe, and we use sandpaper or degreaser or whatever to clean all of this off, and then that should help your situation to where you can turn the wheel without the throttle advancing or retarding. The other thing that will help that is tighten the screw in your clothespin and tighten it tighter around this drum on your arm. If you tighten it a little tighter around the drum on your arm, then it'll make it harder for this part to move. So hopefully that'll help you, and we'll talk to you soon.